What's up, guys? I'm Ryan with Ryan Epps Fishing. We are back out here on the water today. Well, we're in the parking lot right now, but the video is going to be out on the water. That's where the fish live. That's where we're going. That's Douglas Lake, and we're going to be doing some fall fishing today. We're going to be targeting flats, chasing after some fall fish. So if y'all want to know about fishing flats, want to know about catching fish in the fall, then you're in the right place. So sit back, relax. Hope y'all enjoy today's video. Got him. Fish number one on the plopper. There we go. Ain't no biggin', but it's a start. See if we can build off of it. Got him. There we go. All right, had to make a little adjustment there, but there's your fish on the old lipless. Moved up here, actually ran up the lake just a little bit. Ran up here, found a little bit more stained water. I'm gonna start running some of these flats, hitting these pockets, ditches. We'll try to hit a little bit of this shallow water and first cast, so we'll see. I like it though. Better fish. Just a smallmouth. Just a puller. Keep us off these rocks here. Ain't not bad. There we go. Little smallmouth in action this morning. Still not the size we're looking for, but pretty little Douglas Lake smallmouth on the old lipless. Oh, biggin'. Ain't a biggin'. It's a good one though. Solid fish. Yep. There we go. Nice solid little fish in there on them shad. If you don't like that, I can't help you. Cannot help you at all. Well, we definitely got us a pattern going now. Give y'all a little update what we got going on. So we started running these flats. Every bite that we have got has been on the primary point, coming off the flat, leading into these pockets or little creek channels, whichever one you run up on first. Our bites have come either on the primary point at those deals or against the first pocket when you pull in. Now, I ran back in that first creek right back there, and once I got past that point, I stopped getting bites. And I am going to run back in this one just a little ways just to confirm that. And then if we don't get any bites back here, we're just going to stay out here on this the primary points out here on these flats. You know, little patches of rock, stuff like that. We're just going to stick on that the rest of the morning. I think it's going to be the plan. There we go. There's your better fish right there. I do believe. Stay down. Stay down. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, that's a pretty good one right there. Oh, he's barely hooked. Oh, stay on there. Stay on there. Yes! Ha ha! There's you a better fish right there. That is more what we're after. Yes, sir. I will take that all day long right there. I like it. I don't think that hardly counts right there, but that's a good sign. Let me tell you something. If you fishing and you hooking shad, you're in the right place, boss. Little gizzard shad. Yeah. This flat comes on out through here. I mean, it's probably only about 8 foot deep right here where the boat's sitting. And, you know, they'll use this little stuff right here, these little pockets. They'll use that to corral that bait. And they'll, as that bait comes down these banks right here, just cruising like they've been doing this morning, we got a little bit of wind coming in this way, so that's helping to push them down this bank. And those bass are just using those pockets, using the walls of those pockets and the backs of those pockets. They're using those to corral that bait and be able to get them a meal. So we're just going down through here and trying to give them something similar to what they want. So far we ain't done too bad of a job of it this morning. Oh, there was a fish right there. The later in the day we get, it's about noon right now. Later in the day we get, I'm having to slow this bait down a little bit to get them to commit to it. I was working it a little bit faster earlier. That's all right. Just something you want to make note of. There we go. Biggin. I ain't a biggin, but he's a good one. All right. God, he done got me in the pants. There we go. There we go. Ain't no biggin, but right there on the same deal we've been doing. See down through here, just a very small, you know, gradual pocket right here. Not very much at all. It don't take much. They don't need much to be able to corral these bait fish. I mean, they do it for a living. They do it every day. So little small deals like this a lot of times can go overlooked. You know, even better, we got some timber right here in the middle of it. A little bit of cover, pocket, shad moving down through here. Just saw shad flip right over there. There you go, there's your deal. That's why they're here. Can't beat it. It just seems like, you know, these pockets and little points and stuff, they'll have a few fish on them, a couple fish. Maybe you can get one of them to bite, maybe you can get two of them to bite, but I'm not, you know, hunkering down and just gonna beat a pocket to death for hours. I'm not saying that won't work for you. These pockets reload throughout the day. As the shad move in, more bass are going to move in, bass are going to move out. You know, that's where they're feeding. They may be sitting out here on a little hard spot in 10 foot of water. There we go, good one. Oh, that sucks. Talking to the camera, that was a good one right there. I told y'all I thought we was gonna pick one off out of here. Man, that was a good one. Well, he wasn't a giant, but it was a good solid fish. You got you some gravel over here, got your smooth bottom over here. Right there in the wind, got your bait moving in and out of it. There may only be one or two fish here. I mean, now you may pull into one of these pockets and there'll be 30 of them in it. That, you know, it seems to me today there's usually only a fish or two in here. So even as good as this pocket looks, I ain't hunkering down here. There we go. Oh, stay out of that trolling motor. Now, after I said that, watch me catch 40 of them out of this pocket. Man, I wish we'd have had that other one and lost this one. That would have worked out a whole lot better. But it's all right. Can't win them all. Got him. There we go. Yeah. I knew there's too many shad in this pocket for not to fish. That's a pretty good fish right there. Yes! Son, I like it. Here's you a solid fish right there. That's what we're talking about. Good little keeper right there. This pocket right here was just swarming with them gizzard shad. That's what we're looking for. I like it. See if we can keep going. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. All right, we have got ourselves back here in another shallow, muddy death trap of a spot as usual. And it is that time of the video. We're going to talk about what worked today. So we had a really good day out here today. I mean, we didn't catch any giants, didn't catch any real big ones, but we caught quite a few fish. Numbers wise, we did all right today, and I'm not complaining about that. Any day you can get up and come out here and set the hook on a bunch of fish, if you don't enjoy doing that, I don't know what to tell you. But we caught fish today. I need to tell y'all how we did it. So basically what we were doing today is we were targeting those flats, we were targeting those pockets. And some of those flats have little creek fingers and stuff coming off into them, and those it's always a good idea to check those in the fall. I mean, eventually that's where a lot of this deal is going to end up. But it wasn't the case today. Where I caught my fish today was where these little primary points were made coming up off these flats that form these pockets, and then the first third of the pocket and the creek channels and stuff is where I caught my most fish. So what did I use today to target those fish on the flats? Is a play straight out of the Bass Fishing 101 playbook right there. I mean, this is probably, I would say, the most popular bait for fishing flats in the spring and in the fall it has ever been used in the history of bass fishing, probably. I mean, when you're talking fishing flats in the fall and the spring, you're talking about throwing a lipless crankbait. And that's what we did today. Now, this particular lipless crankbait right here is a Strike King Red Eye Shad. That color right there, it's one of my favorite colors in any hard bait out there that Strike King makes it in, is Chartreuse Sexy Shad. I don't know if it'll show up really good there on the camera, but it's a modified version of the Sexy Shad. It's just got more chartreuse in the upper portion of the body there. I love that color. I can't even begin to tell you how many fish I've caught on that color and on this specific bait right here, actually. It's a great color. It's one of those deals. It's a confidence bait for me here on Douglas, especially here on Douglas. This bait works really well. Now, you heard me talk in the video about an adjustment that I made. Those first few fish that I caught were outside the mouth, okay? And, you know, what I was throwing at that point was your standard Red Eye Shad. It was the same color, it was the same bait. They make two versions of this bait. The standard version, and I will get it out for you here. Don't pay any attention to the color, but the standard version of this bait sounds like this. It's got your basic rattles in it like you would find in a Bill Lewis rattle trap or anything like that. Nothing special about it. All right, that's what I started out using. Put a few fish in a boat. I did make an adjustment. The other version of this bait, identical body, is called the Tungsten 2-Tap. You can recognize that bait. It will say 2-Tap right there on the side of it. Now, this bait has got a one knocker sound. It's a real deep thud. Sometimes when you're in stained water, well, 2 times primarily, I like this bait when we're in that. There's something about it pre-spawn in the spring and it stages in the fall that this 2-Tap version really shines, I think. There's something about that temperature of water, that, you know, 65 to 75, that for some reason they eat this bait really well. You know, another situation that I would talk about this 2-Tap in is a little more slightly stained water. I feel like that one knocker thud, you know, it's a good solid sound under the water. And sometimes I have noticed that in a little bit more stained water, they can key in on this bait just a little bit better for whatever reason. Not that that other bait's not loud, because it is. It makes a really good noise in the water, but for some reason I have always had better luck with this 2-Tap when you get more stain to the water. And we did have some stain to the water today in that flat we were fishing. If you're throwing the standard version and you feel like that you need to add something just a little bit different to it, you can try this 2-Tap right here. And it's something that I've had a lot of success on. I got a lot of these Red Eye Shads in the 2-Tap, and I throw them a lot. catch a lot of fish on them. So that is that. Now, could you have caught those same fish today on a Bill Lewis rattle trap? Probably. The reason that I picked up this red-eye shad is this bait, to me, I have a lot better luck with it in shallower water. I can, you know, I can work this bait, I feel like, better. I throw it a lot shallow. And it's just a bait that does really well on those flats. So, you know, if y'all have watched the channel enough, y'all will have seen me throw a lipless bait on several different setups. This is one that I throw it on a lot, and this is a rig that you all have seen quite a bit. This is my small body crankbait rod. I throw a lot of smaller crankbaits on this, but this is a Duckett Ghost 7'6", medium heavy. This rod right here does really well with this half-ounce version of this red-eye shad. The reel that I paired it up with is an Abu Garcia Revo SX, and a dirty one. Ain't been cleaned in a day or two, but this is a 6.6 to 1 gear ratio reel, which is in the middle spectrum there of your speed range. So, you know, this is a reel. It's kind of just a workhorse reel for me. It'll do a little bit of everything. That mid-range with this lipless, you can speed it up, you can slow it down. You know, it's just something that I throw around a lot on this rod, and I throw a lot of my small body crankbaits and my lipless baits and stuff on this too. Now, there are times when I want to burn it that I will, you know, put a 7 to 1 gear ratio reel on here if I'm wanting to burn one. But it's basically just personal preference. Whatever works for you, roll with it. The last component of this deal right here is the line. I got 12-pound fluorocarbon on there. I throw fluorocarbon on pretty much everything but topwater. But I like 10 to 12-pound test fluorocarbon for my lipless baits. Very rarely, if ever, will you see me go to a heavier line on a lipless bait, especially a half-ounce lipless bait. That 10 to 12-pound line does very well with that bait. We're gonna keep it short and sweet today, cause we're fixing to go home happy. Today was a success. I like it a lot. Hard to beat it. Gonna get back out here in a few days, try to get you all another video. So, with that being said, that's all I got for y'all today, guys. If you like the videos, make sure you go hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. That's going to let you all know when I put out all my new videos. If you got any questions or comments for me, feel free to leave those in the comment section down below. I will get back to y'all with any answers that I can give you. Until next time, y'all make some time, get out there on the water and catch you a few. I'm Ryan Epps. Y'all have a good one.